Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jordan from Dinosaur Punch Media, and as promised on Instagram, today I will be doing a full track-by-track review of the deathcore band Oceano's new album, Revelation. So, before I get into the track-by-track review, I'm going to say the album as a whole, I think, is absolutely amazing. I got it on my Spotify as soon as it came out. And I listened to the whole album all the way through in one sitting, and I absolutely fucking loved it. Oceano's been my favorite deathcore band since their first album came out 7 years ago. 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. So I can always appreciate their music. I listen to it all the time. And this new album is just mind-crushingly good. And before you even listen to the album review, I'd just recommend stopping watching this video right now, hit the pause button, and either go to your local music store, go to iTunes, or go to Spotify, and pick up their new album. I'll wait. Dark Prophecy, the first track on the album. The best way that I can describe it is break your neck headbanging. The first few seconds of the song is just this really eerie intro that just, I guess, chilling. It's chilling is the only word I can use to describe it. And the song overall is just incredibly heavy. Adam Warren's vocals on this song take me all the way back to the early years when they only had Depths and Contagion out. It takes me back listening to that song. It doesn't feel like a new song. It feels like a blast from the past with their music. I know that might be something cringy to say, but I mean, I don't have words for this track. It's beautiful. It's amazingly put together, and it's just a great song overall. It's a perfect listen. I've never not enjoyed listening to the song, and what a great way to start out such a great album. Lucid Reality, the second song on this album. The best way I can describe it is it comes in and punches you in the face. Actually, bitch slaps you and goes, "We're not fucking around. This is our song. This is how you're gonna listen to it. Fucking enjoy it." Is what it does. And it's lovingly brutal. It makes you want to bang your head. It makes you want to look. It makes you wish you were a vocalist so you could sing along with the song itself. Lucid Reality, in the best way I can explain it, reminds me of a sequel to The Taken. The Taken is my favorite Oceano song. It's beautiful, and it just, the heaviness of Lucid Reality, how it just kicks in with no bullshit, how it stays heavy the whole song. It just reminds me of it's like their spiritual sequel to The Taken, and I love it. This song is is just outside of perfection, if not perfection itself. Now, this is going to be a very easily opinionated and biased review because I am an Oceano fan. I'm a fanatic over this band, so really there's going to be no huge criticisms in my review of this album. It's just going to be, oh my god, this was so great. But still, I feel like because of how beautifully done this record was, I had to give it props in a track-by-track review video. Path to Extinction. This song doesn't deserve much explanation. I mean, it's beautifully done, it's perfectly mastered, and the thing that I want to give the most props for on this song, for this record, is really just the fact that there's a break in the song with just this really fucking repetitive, but at the same time enticing guitar rhythm. Da 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 da. And the harshly whispered, like, chorus-esque lyrics of the song, it's in just that part is just like it gives you a metalhead boner. Path to Extinction is a great song, definitely a hard hitter, and it's just lovely in general. The Great Tribulation. This song was the first single that Oceano put out for this album, and it's just amazing. This is a song that I really have a lot of opinions on, because it just kicks right in, it's heavy, it shows a side of Adam Warren's vocals that we haven't really seen before, it has a really hard-hitting, make you want to sing along chorus, which is, again, it's another one of those songs that makes you think, if you're not a vocalist, oh my god, I wish I could scream, but sad part is you can't. So The Great Tribulation, I think in the best sense, I could say reminds me of, in like war movies, right before the bomb drops, I feel like the Great Tribulation is the atomic bomb, and it just comes down and defines everything that is great about this album. I mean, there's, 6-7 songs left in the record afterward, but the Great Tribulation was not only the perfect choice for a single, but it's like one of the defining songs on the whole record itself, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's one of my favorite Oceano songs, has been since it dropped as a single. The first time I heard it, I got chills down my spine. The Great Tribulation is a beautiful listen, and I would highly recommend checking it out, even if you don't listen to the whole album itself. Illusion's Unravel is cinematic, to say the least. The song is like the climax of the world's greatest action movie. It gives you this build-up. Like, not headbanging to this song is death-bringingly painful. It makes you want to die to not headbang to this song because of how excruciatingly heavy it is. Illusion's Unravel is beyond the definition of perfection in my eyes. I listened to this song more times than I can count since the album came out compared to the rest of the album itself. It's just a great song. It's a hard hitter. I know I'm probably going to be saying hard hitter as a repetitive word throughout this entire album review, but I mean, Illusion's Unravel is just literally that in itself. Majestic 12. The only criticism I have for this song is, what the fuck is that song title? I mean, Majestic 12 is brutal. That is such a meme of the word in the metal community, but it is just that, brutal. Majestic 12 is amazingly put together. It's a great way to say, hey, you're just over halfway through the album, here's something really great that you can enjoy. And it's like the heavyweight champion of this album. Majestic 12 makes you want to windmill. Not just headbang, full-blown, spinning your hair like a fucking metal fan windmill. And it's just the best way that I can put it, because I'm kind of nervous. I'm going to be honest with you guys right here at the halfway point, if it isn't obvious. I've never done an album review before. I've only watched enough of them just to be able to know you put your opinions out and fuck who doesn't like them. So, all nervousness aside, Majestic 12 is beautifully done. It's amazingly put together. And it's a great halfway point song for the record. I don't think it could have been done any better. Final Form is the 7th track on this record, lucky number 7. And it's an instrumental track, which is a really risky thing for bands to do, at least in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, an instrumental track is all of the non-vocalists of the band coming together and seeing what they can create for the band all by themselves. And in my personal opinion, just listening to a lot of instrumental metal music in general, Metallica's stuff, that kind of stuff. An instrumental track with metal music is supposed to make you feel emotions that the music itself normally doesn't. You're supposed to be able to close your eyes listening to an instrumental track and be able to feel the essence of the music. And that just gives you an even more perfect appreciation for the music itself. Now, Final Form as an instrumental track is goddamn beautiful. It's a bit of a stray away from Oceano's normal sound. It's more cinematic and epic than just repetitive chug, 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 slug, slug, slug breakdowns, So, it's just beautiful. When I listen to Final Form, just because I'm a really heavily imagination person, I think of, the Earth on the brink of extinction and an alien invasion. And it's really fucking cool. Just listening to Final Form as an instrumental track is just fucking amazing. It's a beautifully put together song. I've said that about everything else, but it is. It has absolutely no vocal participation from Adam Warren. It's just the other members of the band getting together with their instruments and seeing what they could create. And what they created was a fucking masterpiece. The Event. We're now 2 songs left in the album. The Event is like the fucking finale of everything that Final Form started. Like I said, Final Form feels like you're within the boundaries of nothing outside of a cinematic masterpiece, just listening to it. And when Final Form ends and the event begins, the 2 songs collide into something else entirely. A monster of a song combination. The Event is war within music. It is a beautiful, mind-blowing track that makes you want to get down on your knees, find wherever the fuck Adam Warren is, and go, I'm not worthy. You are my God. And the rest of the band, too. It's just all of the instruments come together between Final Form and the Event to create a fucking beautiful explosion of emotion and music. And it's just, God, I don't know how to describe it outside of it's a fucking masterpiece of a combination of 2 songs. Human Harvest, the second and final single that Oceano put out for this album. We now have 1 song left in Revelation. Human Harvest is mind-blowing. It's not even 3 minutes long, and in just the 2.5 or so minutes that the song lasts, Human Harvest literally climbs inside your head and reworks your vision of metal music entirely. Human Harvest, I feel, is the song where after over 10 long years, Oceano finally went, this is us. We're taking this song, we're shoving it inside your head, and we're showing you that we are recreating deathcore music. We're taking the genre by its roots, ripping its head off, and putting a new head on and going, this is the genre now. And they did it in a fucking flawless way. They accomplished it. They recreated deathcore. This was it. This song, Human Harvest, was the peak of Oceano's music. They've released so much good shit, and it was all leading up to what I can only describe as their rise to worship and to ruling the lands of metal music. And this song was where they did it. They are currently, by far now, officially, one of the heaviest bands in the entire deathcore scene. And that's a pedestal that they're going to be standing on high and proud for longer than any of us could imagine. Revelation, the title track, the final song on the album. It is the greatest finale to a deathcore album that I have heard since Destruction of a Statue on Suicide Silence, The Cleansing. Revelation brings everything that this album has been showing us before together and creates one 4-minute long clusterfucked masterpiece. And the song is just so perfect. When I first heard it, I couldn't help but take my hat off and start bouncing my head like a fucking maniac. Revelation is the song that puts chills down your spine. Revelation is the song where someone will fucking die in the mosh pit. Revelation is Oceano's fucking anthem. Revelation is the song that has defined Oceano as a band in their new year. For their previous 4 albums, they were signed with Earache, a very, very, very underground record label that was owned by a bigger company. This album was their debut through Sumerian Records, which is a much, much larger, like, crown of the world record label. And I don't think they could have established themselves any better with this album. They have now crept out of the underground, finally, and fucking sucker punched the mainstream music scene in the face and said, we're the new kings. Step the fuck down. We own the throne. Oceano, like I said, is my favorite deathcore band. Has been for 8 long years since their first record, Depths, came out. And I will continue to support this band until I die. I would heavily recommend listening to this album. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. And it's just beautiful. It's a great record, and I can't wait to see what Oceano's doing next, and I can't wait to see what the next step in their career is going to be after this, because this album is going to make them giants in the music industry. They're not going to be playing small venues anymore, I don't think. They'll be playing stadiums and shit. They're on a Suicide Silence level now, and that's really fucking saying something. That's my personal opinion. You don't like it? Tell me, and I won't argue. This was all my personal opinion. This isn't the opinion of the world, but when we announced this video on Instagram, it got a lot of traction, so this was what you all wanted to see. This was my personal, opinionated review of Oceano's new album, Revelation. And if you haven't already, listen to their music and hit the subscribe button on our channel for new videos that come out frequently of all different kinds. And anyways, guys, I have been Jordan from Dinosaur Punch Media, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Dinosaur Punch Media.